Today is a very rare treat because none of this belongs to me. Somebody found my seller profile on Facebook Marketplace and saw all of the computer builds that we have been putting together and selling on the channel, and he reached out to see if I could build his teenage son's gaming PC. And of course I said yes, but we're gonna do more than just build it. So I do not usually get a lot of requests from Facebook Marketplace for me to build a specific system for them. Generally what happens is I just build whatever build design I feel like coming up with that week, and I will go ahead and list it on Facebook Marketplace and I'll sell it to whoever is interested in buying it. So when this person reached out to me, I thought that he wanted me to source all the parts and do my usual bit where I try to find deals on things, when in reality he actually owned all of this stuff already, and this is a complete gaming system. Now, he asked how much it would cost for me to put the system together, and I have no idea what I would charge somebody to build their gaming PC, so I said $80. Now, I don't know if that's fair, but I think $80 is a pretty good price to put this system together. But rather than take his $80 and keep it for myself, I spent it on additional upgrades for his teenage son's computer. Now, the gentleman who this stuff does belong to must have done some pretty extensive research to make sure that he was getting the right components, because what we have here is the beginning of a very nice gaming PC, because he does have a B550 gaming motherboard, a 700 watt power supply. He has a quick 319 RX 6750 XT graphics card, and he has a Ryzen 5 5600. So, I mean, this thing's gonna play games just fine. Now, I am the type of person who doesn't think that $80 is a small amount of money, but if you're buying computer parts with $80, man, you will burn through that fast. I mean, honestly, $80 isn't even enough to cover the cost of most things that you are buying for a computer. So with that $80, I had to be very selective in what kind of upgrades I would be doing to the system, and I think that the items that I did end up purchasing were the right items to make this system stand out a little bit more than what it was going to if we just used what he had purchased. And I'm pretty sure that, I mean, his son's gonna really like this system. I mean, and it's gonna be a very strong gaming PC. So I'm really pumped up to put it together, because honestly, I've never used a quick 319 graphics card, and I wanna see how well it does. So let's do it. So let me just start off by saying, what an amazing gift from a father to his son. I mean, as somebody who has 2 kids of my own, I can't wait for the day that I get to build them their first systems, and it's just so special that I was even considered as the person to build the system that he is going to be giving his son. I am truly honored that I was picked, because there are tons of people out there who build computers, and it is a privilege to be even a small part of that type of moment. And I gotta say it, what a tremendous gift this actually is, because while I was installing all the software and making sure that everything in this computer was functioning properly, I also installed some games, and let me tell you, this kid is in for a treat, because when we jumped into Gotham Knights at a max preset, this system was pushing out an average of 140 FPS. While running around in Starfield for a little bit, this system was getting an average of 62 FPS at a high preset. When we loaded into Battlefield 2042 at a max preset, we got a beautiful 115 FPS on average. And in Helldivers at a max preset as well, this system was performing excellent and giving us a beautiful 73 FPS on average. Now, the last game that we tested is Fortnite, because when I asked the dad what his son's favorite game was, he said Fortnite, so we had to include that in the gameplay footage, and this system was getting 90 FPS on average, with these settings as high as they would go. Now, I wanted to say this because I have gotten a few comments on it. Now, I understand in Fortnite, you want to try to get as many frames as possible. Nobody really plays it at epic settings. But when I'm game testing a system to see just how capable it is, I'm going to push it to its limits. And this system did not disappoint. Now, with that $80 that I was given to build this system, there were a couple different options that I could have taken to help push this system along. Now, one of the options that I thought about going with was a $60 Thermalright 360mm AIO rather than the air cooler here. But that's like $60, and I would have only had $20 left, and I could have bought like maybe some ARGB strips or something like that to put inside of here. But I went with the fans and the CPU cooler because I figured that's how we could maximize that $80 and, you know, provide a better look for the system, plus some better performance from a better cooler over that stock CPU cooler. Now, the other option that I thought about going with was maybe some better RAM, because the silicone power RAM in here is 16 gigs of 3200 megahertz RAM, so it's definitely capable. You don't need more than that for a gaming system, but I thought maybe some nicer RAM would have helped the system along. But I think that the choice that we went with was the right call for this computer. Now, I did think that this is probably the perfect opportunity to talk to you guys from the heart for a second about where the channel is headed and some goals that I have moving forward. Now, a year and 3 months ago is when the first video came out for the PC Rehab, the first video I ever made. And back then the channel was called Let's Clean This PC, because the first computer that we did was just filthy. It was covered in cockroaches. It was really, really gross. And I've always had a dream of, you know, doing something with my life that involved computers. Now, I never really thought it was gonna be YouTube. I made the YouTube channel for fun, and it's quickly turned itself into something that I just would love to do for you guys forever until I'm super old and can barely walk. I mean, I would love to build these systems every week for you guys. I'd love to build the systems more often. I'd like to get 2-3 videos out per week instead of just the one. Unfortunately, I have to have another job to pay for, you know, my bills and things like that, and my family likes food, so we like to buy groceries. So one thing that I've always wanted to do, like I said, when I was a younger man, I wanted to create a pre-built company. I'd love to get to the point where we have a website where we don't just sell these computers. No, not obviously not this one. This one belongs to somebody else, but any of the computers that we do build on, like the Build Up Challenge, or if we do build new systems, I would love to be able to list those on a website so that people around the world could purchase that computer if they do love that system. And I would love to get it to the point where eventually we do have custom builds that we offer to people, stuff that is more unique than what you find from a lot of other companies, because there are tons of pre-built companies out there, and I'd like to be able to just provide something a little different to people. And eventually, hopefully one day, I'd love to get to that point, and I'd love it if this channel was the springboard that got us there. And I am quickly becoming a believer that this channel and you guys helping grow this channel by watching all these videos can eventually get to the point where it supports something much larger than just the PC Build Up Challenge and any of the fun things that we do on this channel. And I mean, I'm just so blessed and honored to have all of you guys watching these videos, and it really, there aren't any words to describe just how much it means to me that you guys watch these videos, and hopefully someday something just remarkable comes from it. But that is enough of the sappy stuff. I definitely appreciate every single one of you guys watching it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you did enjoy the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And, you know, while you're down there, give the video a like as well. It is always appreciated. Now, I am going to leave you with the thing I always say and always mean. I hope that no matter where you are in the world, you are having the most fantastic day. And I'm gonna see you right here for the next episode.